Look at my cup. I'm very Olaf themed today. I like warm hugs. So today I'm going to be doing a tag video. Of course, I was not tagged in this video like all my other tag videos I've ever done, but one day I will be, and it'll be awesome when it does. But today I'm going to be doing the opposites book tag. So yes, let's begin. For this book tag, I tried to pick books that I have not shown you guys before. So I couldn't pick Harry Potter or Poison Study because I really wanted to, but I know I couldn't because I always choose them for stuff. But first, a word from our sponsors. Crockett the kitty. He's our sponsor. Look at his belly. He doesn't like this. Okay, he likes this better. Question number 1. The first and last book in your book collection. Yes. The first book that is in my book collection is this big old book right here. The Roald Dahl Treasury. That. This was actually a gift from my grandmother to my brother, and when he got too old for this, he gave it to me, and it has basically every single one of his books in here. So yes, here's James and the Giant Peach. There was How to Recognize a Witch somewhere back here, and Willy Wonka. Some of them I've read, some of them I haven't. Like literally, look at this. Part 1, Part 2, 3, 4, and then yeah, there's 4 parts to this book. There's a lot of books in this book. Yes. You would think that one of the Harry Potter books would be one of my first books, but I have a story about that. They used to be my first books in my collection, but I had originally had the paperback covers of all of my books, and then for some unknown reason, me and my sister were fighting over the first book in my series, and then we ended up pulling on the book, and she ended up ripping off the cover to it, so I had to replace all of those. So yeah, this is the first book I have now. The latest book I have bought is actually the book I am reading right now, and it is Rumble by Ellen Hopkins. I don't have the book with me right now. Well, I do, it's just, it's far away, and I don't want to go get it. It's in my purse over there, and the book jacket was closer, so book jacket it was! Number 2. The cheapest and most expensive book in your collection. The cheapest book in my collection is actually a tie between many books because I bought books from a thrift shop, so I will share with you all of them right now. So my most expensive books are It's Not Summer Without You by Jenny Han, One Day by David Nichols. The Help by Catherine Stockett, and The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. That name. And the most expensive book in my collection is Aberrat Absolute Midnight by Clive Barker. This book I bought when it first came out. Like literally a week after it came out, it was in my house. So I paid like full price for this mother effer because I really wanted to read it, and it's so pretty. Look at how pretty it is. So pretty, and then look at the outside cover of it. It's so pretty. It's kind of shiny, so but it's so pretty. Number 3, a book with a male protagonist and a female protagonist. For the male protagonist book, I chose Lockdown by Alexander Gordon Smith, and the main character's name is Alex. As in male Alex, not as Alexandria Alex. And for the female protagonist, I chose Avery from Touch of Power by Marie V. Snyder. Yes. Number 4. A book that you read quickly and a book that you took a very long time to read. For the short book, I chose Horseradish by Lemony Snicket. I know I've shown you this before, but I literally read it in like an hour, so it wasn't really another book to compare it to. So yes. For the book that took a very long time to read, I'm going to choose Aberrat by Clive Barker. And it's not because it was a bad book, it's just because I have no clue. I just felt like I was reading it for so long. And that's not a bad thing, it was just like, I was so immersed in the world that it just kind of felt like forever. So, it's a good thing it took me a long time. Number 5, a book with a pretty cover and a book with an ugly cover. For the book with a pretty cover, I chose The Assassin's Curse by Cassandra Rose Clark. Indeed. I love blue, and then this literally is just every single shade of my favorite shade of blue. Just perfectly blue. I love blue. And then the silhouettes just look beautiful. Oh, I just love this cover so much. And it's like soft. Oh, it's beautiful. I love this book. For a book with an ugly cover, I have a tie because I couldn't choose which one was uglier because I just hate these covers so much. I have Shade's Children by Garth Nix, and then Blood and Chocolate by Annette Curtis Klaus? Just, I hate them. Like, it's not that I don't like this color of green, it's just one shade off of not being a pretty color of green. And it's not an attractive cover. And I don't like this little smoky thing going on right here. I just don't like this cover. And then this one, it's not pretty. I don't like it. Don't like it. Number 6. I can't really do that. Number 6. A national and international book. For a national book, I could basically choose any single book off of this shelf. So I'm just going to choose one now. So, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. That is my national book. Go me. For the international book, I chose The Book Thief by Markus Zusak because, one, the guy who wrote it, Markus Zusak, is Australian, and then it is set in Germany. So, win-win. Totally international. Number 7. A thick and thin book. For a thin book, I chose Tuck Everlasting by Natalie Babbitt. Oh, I'm proud of myself. I knew that. For my thick book that I have never ever read and never planned to read that my boyfriend's dad gave me as a joke is this big old dictionary. Yes. It doesn't smell good. Oh god, it doesn't smell good. And it's font, like, look at that. Like, what is going on? Oh god, I think I just broke it more. Oh god. Oh god, this thing is huge. Like, I don't even know how many pages are in this thing. Page I turned to is 2,379. There's a lot of pages in this thing. Number 8. A nonfiction and fiction book. Again, with a fiction thing, I can basically pick any single book on this shelf. But I chose The Truth About Alice by, I have no clue, Jennifer Matthew. I don't know. Jennifer Matthew. For the nonfiction book, I chose a book that maybe some people don't want to know about that I have, but I'm going to show it to you guys anyways. So, the nonfiction book that I chose is The Vagina Monologues by Eve Ensler. So, pretty good nonfiction book. If anyone wants to read them, I enjoyed reading it, so that was the thing. Number 9. A romantic book and an action book. For the romantic book, I chose Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. Very, very sappy book. Whew. I don't even know what just blew out of that book. I think there was a little bit of cat hair in that. Yeah. For the action book, I chose Aragon by Christopher Paolini. Good enough. Lots of action in this book. I actually did not want to read this for the longest time because in high school I thought dragons were stupid. I know, I'm stupid. Don't judge me, please. Number 10. A book that made you happy and a book that made you sad. For the book that made me happy, I actually don't remember much about this book because I read it so flippin' long ago that I think it made me happy, but I'm not sure. I think it did. So yeah, I chose Perfect Chemistry by Simon Alkalies. I chose that book by that person. And for a book that made me sad is The Last Song by Nicholas Sparks. This book is very depressing. It's so very depressing. Oh, but it was so good. I loved this book. Oh, I loved this book. Mind you, I'm not saying that just because I'm a sappy romantic type of book reader. This is actually the only book by Nicholas Sparks I've ever finished reading. I tried to read The Notebook and I hated it, but it's because it was a sad book and it was really good, and I actually really want to reread it now that I'm picking this up and looking at it. That might happen soon. But that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed my tag video and watching me, because I sure as hell love talking. I will see you next time.